The real, true definition of manifestation. Manifestation, manifest, 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 manifestation. Manifestation has taken spiritual discourse by storm, and this is quite very understandable. Manifestation just absolutely dominates the conversation. Manifest, manifest, manifest. But this makes kind of sense because at the core, we're all trying to improve our lives. We didn't come here to Earth to suffer. We came here to live it, to experience it in its full glory, to shape and be shaped by it. So this makes perfect sense that we're drawn to the idea of creating a better reality. Manifestation speaks to something ancient in us, the intuitive knowing that reality isn't fixed and that our inner world somehow shapes the outer. In a world that often feels chaotic and out of our hands, the idea that we can participate in the unfolding of our lives is deeply attractive and very true, but the way manifestation is often presented today is more about wishful thinking than true alignment. Manifestation has been reduced to a quick fix tool rather than honored as a reflection of natural law. I would argue that 99% of people misunderstand what manifestation actually is, and that misunderstanding creates a distorted relationship with it, whether they believe in it or not. And so, in this video, I want to give you the real, true definition, the one that brings manifestation back down to earth, and not the version that has been hijacked by spiritual infomercials and Instagram hype. Now, first, let me take a quick side road before I land the main point. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wince a little bit inside when I hear the word manifestation now, because it's been charged up with so much bombastic energy and twisted into some kind of late night promise. With this one technique, you too can manifest $10,000 a month straight into your bank account effortlessly. You can manifest your life's desires without doing anything. And with this one technique, you can manifest 10 times faster. All of this stuff is relative nonsense. But manifestation is the real freaking deal. We just need to understand what it actually means. And so let's start by stripping it back all the way to the root. Now let's use manifestation in a sentence outside of the whole spiritual context of things. The child's runny nose is a manifestation of the flu. The new law that was passed in the city was a manifestation of public demand. And her smile was a manifestation of her newfound happiness. Maybe she was texting a boy or girl, and that gave her the butterflies and warm fuzzy feelings inside. And so do you see the pattern here in each case? A visible symptom comes from an invisible or even more substantial source. The runny nose isn't random, it's an output of something deeper. The flu, allergies, etc. doesn't matter. It's a physical expression of an underlying cause. Now, let's apply the same thinking to life. Physical reality is a manifestation of something deeper, something abstract, something more substantial. Now, what is that deeper source? No one can say for sure, but we can call it spirit, we can call it God, we can call it source, we can call it the universal one, or the unmanifested source behind all things. That said, the Hermetic teachings describe how this one expresses itself through the hierarchy of planes, from the highest spiritual realms down to the densest material forms. The first rung of manifestation begins in the spiritual planes, where pure consciousness and archetypal forces reside. Archangels, deities, certain intelligences, these are not metaphors, but structuring energies that shape creation from the top down. Below that is the mental plane, where thought, belief, and intention take form. This is where we, as conscious beings, begin to participate directly in the shaping of reality. And finally, those mental structures condense into the material world, the physical plane, where they become visible, touchable, and livable. So, manifestation isn't just thinking something into existence, it is the movement of energy through layers of density, from spirit to thought to form. You're not separate from that process, you are a participant in it and a reflection of it. But here's the truth. Everything is a manifestation. All of life, if you are breathing, you are manifesting. Even when you stop breathing and you wake up as your soul, you would still be a manifestation of source. There is only one that is unmanifested, and that is the universal one, the absolute. Everything else, from the angels in the sky to the spinach stuck in your teeth, is a ripple and manifestation of that source. But here's the key insight. Manifestation is not something you do, it's something that simply is. In other words, the stream is always on. You're not trying to make it happen, you're choosing what part of the infinite stream you want to tune into. You're choosing where to direct that stream. You can't choose whether you want to turn it on or off, but you can choose in which direction the stream is flowing. And so to take this further, or in other words, you can either live your life unconsciously and become stuck in the dream trap and a victim of the script, or you can live your life consciously and wake up in the dream of life. And once you become lucid, anything is possible. Now, let's talk a little bit about how that tuning works, just a little bit. Energy is the currency of the universe. You receive what you pay attention to. Your beliefs, thoughts, and emotions determine what flows into form. Beliefs open or close the gates of possibility. They're your little belief cages. Thoughts are electric and they define the direction of that energy. And emotions are magnetic. They determine the strength, amplifying positive or negative expectations. Thoughts create the outcome. Emotions amplify the signal, pulling you toward it or pushing it away. Now, don't fall into the trap that it's all mental. You're not just floating in a dream. We live in a physical reality. Action is part of the equation, but actions are not primary. They permeate as a result of the state of being or self-identity we wish to take on. They come as a natural effect of the cause of our reality and as a natural next step in the process. Self-identity equals reality. Who you believe you are sets the frequency for how your life responds to you. Self-identity isn't just psychological, it's energetic. It broadcasts a symbol into the field and reality mirrors that signal back. If you see yourself as unworthy, blocked, or unlucky, life will reflect that. If you shift into a deeper truth that you are a conscious creator, not a passive observer, the world begins to shift with you, because life is not happening to you, life is happening for you, because life is happening from you. With all of that said, now let's put pen to paper and create a dictionary version of the term manifestation. The material or perceptible expression of an underlying energetic, mental, or spiritual source reflecting the alignment between consciousness and the field of reality. The truth is, manifestation is not a checklist. It's not step 1, step 2, step 3. It's more like a dance. It's a rhythm between you and the mirror of the world. You take a step, it responds, you align with the deeper laws of reality, and it meets you halfway, and you walk the rest. You do not have to fight for your place under the sun, but you do have free will over how you meet the day. That's what manifestation really is. It's not magic, it's not hustle, it is resonance. More importantly, it is our birthright and the natural way in which we move with this beautiful living architecture of reality. It's not first I manifest, then I take action. When it clicks, the split dissolves. Action and manifestation become one seamless movement. You do not do manifestation, you become it. It's no longer a technique, it's a state of attunement, a way of existing. And so this part is hard to explain with language because it happens in layers of perception, energy, and then the meaning starts to unfold. Reality begins to speak to you, move with you, respond to you, and not in some sort of magical thinking type of way, but in a deeply coherent way of being. At this moment, the world stops feeling random and it starts feeling alive.